is a story. Welcome everyone to your December 2016 Alchemy Scope, the end of the year already. Can you believe it? This year has flown by for me. So you're looking at Dragon Bear. He's my little ginger king there, and you're going to see him throughout this video. You'll already notice that there's some format changes to the Alchemy Scope, and you're going to see that this month. December 2016 is a condensed scope. There's going to be more that will come back in January for the 2017 cycle. However, it's still progressing. So yeah, I'll be excited to see what emerges for January as well. But those should be uploaded by the middle of December, or by the third week, by Christmas, let's say, of December. So let's get started. There's a couple things. One is I want to remind all of you that are interested in getting your 2017 evolutionary story forecast and guidance video from me to go ahead and place your order below. There is a couple week lead time, and to get it before your 2017 starts, you are more than invited to connect with me. Again, the link is below. Let's talk about now, for this December 2016 cycle, what is activated. Now, as you know, if you've tuned in before, we're tapping into the Macrocycle. What is the story, the unfolding, evolutionary, spiraled story for humanity as a whole at this time? To do that, we tap into the Sabian Symbol. This month, the Sabian Symbol is at the point of 7 degrees 43 minutes Sagittarius, and it's occurring today. I'm recording this on the new moon, so which is the 29th of November 2016. And so the energies of the new moon are very well imbued throughout this video for all of the scopes this month. Now, there's something very special about this moon. One is the symbol is amazing, which we'll talk about, but I want to start with the 7-degree point. Last month, October's new moon, Scorpio new moon, also had a 7-degree 44-minute Scorpio point that the new moon occurred at. Next month, we have a 7-degree Capricorn new moon occurring. That leaves 2016 with 3 sevens at the end of the year. 7 represents the great mysteries. 7 represents magic, the unknowable realm, investigating, discovery in that which cannot be fully known. 3 sevens represents, casino wins, abundance, flow, luck. There's a lot going on in the world, and there is a simultaneity with the magic that is at hand. So I want you to drink in what the universe is displaying for us here. To end this very intense 9-cycle 2016 year with 3 sevens is not a small deal. It's a big deal. And what Joanne Walmsley from Sacred Scribe says about 777 is it reminds us that we are here at this time to spiritually evolve, and that we do this by expressing the highest and best of ourselves and embracing our unique abilities, whatever they may be. Now look at the symbol. Within the depths of the earth, new elements are being formed. Indeed, with so much activated astrologically, there is new aspects of psyche, new clarity about soul patterns, about karmic patterns, about imprisoning, the imprisoning of humanity, how we've been as a collective very held, very contained, very deceived. And there's much, much, much transparency that has been occurring for the last 3-4 years, but it's been exponential. And 2016 was the year of what I called the year of discernment, because there was so much raising its frequency, coming out of the closet, coming out of the shadows, becoming clear, or at least coming up for us to see that indeed there are new things being formed. So again, within the depths of the earth, new elements are being formed. What Dane Rudhyar writes about this symbol is the alchemical fire, which both purifies and transforms the very substance of humans' inner life. Forces are at work in the deepest layers of the psyche, which in their own way respond to the outer stimulation produced by a strong involvement in group ambitions and emotions, and even more by the powerful tensions and releases of love. An alchemical process goes on, usually unnoticed by the conscious ego, until it becomes obvious that a kind of mutation has taken place and a new level of awareness and of responses to life has been reached. One of the key phrases for this symbol is psychic gestation. So again, within the depths of the earth, new elements are being formed. Within each of us, new elements are being formed, period. And November was the precursor for that. December will bring this forward. It's a very powerful month. Now, let's move on to your particular sign and see what is your unfolding. Scorpio. So let's take a look and see what is your story this month. What is the Scorpio microcycle? For you, I pulled the I Ching, and the first I Ching hexagram that came out to denote your theme this month, your story, your narrative, was number 2, the receptive. That hexagram came with changing lines, and it became number 8, holding together. Together, these two messages bring us the theme for your storyline over the course of December 2016. Number 2, the receptive, has to do with the qualities of the feminine, which has to do with receptivity, openness. There is a malleability and an availability to mutate with circumstance. Here, it's in regards to number 8, holding together. Number 8, holding together, has to do with rising to the challenge, rising to the call of leadership. It's about being appointed leader for a team, for a group. And it could even be for you internally, because again, this is a general reading. We're tapping into a general demographic here. So what I get for you is, for Scorpios over the course of this cycle, it is about, the story for this month will be about you being open to leading, open to stepping up to the plate, open and receptive to what you hear, to circumstances, conversations, opportunities, potentials, etc. That will aid you in your higher frequency evolution. You are moving, you are mutating, which is interesting because we're going to talk about the mantra that came up for you this month. So you are changing, you're evolving, Scorpio. And the holding together I Ching is talking about the ability to keep a team together through a focused leader. And for you, this is about you being open to heeding that call. Now for you this month, I pulled the Dakini to not bring forward your embodiment, but for this month to bring forward your growth edge. So typically I pull the archetype cards to bring up what is the main growth edge for Scorpios over the course of this cycle. This month I pulled the Dakini, and your growth edge, your growth theme for this cycle is number 20, Kuan Yin. This is of course from Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle. Number 20, Kuan Yin, is about compassion. This is about being open, available, vulnerable, to be able to hear, see, sense the pain, the story, the challenge, the obstacle in the other or in the collective, and to really heed the call. So Kuan Yin is the one that hears the cries of the world. And so your growth edge this month is to hear the cries of the world. And I have to tell you, with the fact that receptive and holding together is coming together for you as the story, and because it has to do with compassion, I want to go back to your narrative, because the receptive is the feminine, And I will say that we all know, at least most of us realize, that the feminine is rising. She's rising, it is rising. The qualities of the feminine, which is half of the whole of all living systems, has been arising, coming back to the fore over the last many years. And we're living through a time right now that's very intensely pushing back even further. So there's more of the dominance mind coming into play. What I want to say is, for you, for Scorpio, indeed, this is about your feminine rising, becoming the leader in the feminine quality set, being the compassionate, empathetic one in that leadership capacity. It's almost like your growth theme with Kuan Yin being the one that hears, sees, and realizes compassionately what is the truth of your life, your community's life, the world as a whole. For you to grow that edge and to really meet that call, this is about you becoming a leader in the ways that are more feminine oriented, to be a leader in the way that is holistically perceiving, creatively oriented. This is right brain orientation that we're talking about here. So this is a very interesting month for you, because a lot of you are going to be feeling the call of having more compassion for your own feminine, which is most likely in other life streams been quite disempowered. So for you, you're going to be feeling maybe more empathy toward yourself. And because of that, you're going to thus be able to perceive empathetically outward, exteriorly of yourself. So, you know, the collective, what's needed in the world today, which there's no shortage of issue, you know. So now let's move to your mantra. So your mantra, this is something that I've created. This is going to be a deck that will come out shortly. It's called the Cauldron. I have 3 decks that I'm working on: the Way, the Cauldron, and the Story. And all of those are in process, and I'll keep you posted, okay? But in the meantime, let's look at the mantra that came forward for you this month. This is your evolution. This is your mantra for the month, your guidance. I mutate now. New readiness has arrived for core transmutation. Resolution is realized. I vibrate with previously unrecognized courage. It is now. I mutate with ease to my highest frequency. Scorpio, I send you much love for this month. I wish those of you celebrating holidays this month a wonderful holiday season. I want you all to breathe. I am working on a schedule to bring out weekly videos that will be bringing forward tips and tools for you to get clear, be at ease, and ground through these upcoming weeks, months, and years ahead, which are going to becoming more and more challenging in a lot of ways. So it's important that we ground, that we align, that we understand who we are, that we understand how life operates, that we understand what's going on. Because when we understand what's going on, then we can breathe through the process. Okay? Much love, Scorpio, and I hope to see some of you for your 2017 evolutionary story. I would really look forward to creating that for you, so maybe I'll talk to some of you soon. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later this month. Lots of love. Bye. You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency.